I had an epiphany. I might be asking you to do something I can't do. Can I pass my own International Scissor Sharpeners Association test? I've never done it. I've been challenged to do it, and we're going to have this at the Sharpeners Jam, and this is going to air after the Sharpeners Jam. And we'll be sharpening there, and you'll be doing it. But I'm going to damage these shears like I would for you, these two shears, and let's see what I do with them. So this is the new beveled edge that we're using for our test. They came from Anvil, similar to the ones we had before. So I typically, if I'm giving them to you, I'm going to loosen them and then hopefully you retighten them. But that seems kind of silly for me to do. This one's already loose, so I would leave it like that. And I'm just going to, this is a really rough file, just kind of mess up the edge a little bit. There we go. And same thing here. And put a few nicks in it, which I look for something. Well, actually, I can kill two birds with one stone. Nick, 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 nick. And now they have a lot of crunch to them. So let's go through and sharpen them. First one is going to be this beveled edge one. And I'm not even going to take it apart. I'm going to color this in with a red Sharpie. Do my scratch test. And I don't think I've ever sharpened one of these anvils before, so I don't even know what the actual angle is on them. I'm going to leave the serration alone. Serration looks pretty decent. I know these are made in the USA. Heard someone say that. Okay, it's definitely blunter than that, and it's set on 40, so let's take it down to let's try 30. Looks like that's it, but I'm going to bring it up to 35. Make it a little bit sharper. I've got something pretty coarse here. Got to burr all the way down. I don't have that tip. Got the tip, got a consistent angle. I'm going to go with something finer. This is a 80 micron flat plate. So that's 500. That's too coarse, I think. No, 1200 is too fine. Let's see what the 500 looks like. That looks shiny enough. And cut a burr off. Tip's a little sharp. And I might run my little pink stone down the edge just for the smoothness, not a lot of pressure. All my nicks are gone. A little bit of alcohol. Oh, there's that. Wipe my red Sharpie off. Red edge marker off. Tips around it. Okay, let's see how they cut. Dry. Thumb was out. Wet. Cut fine wet. See how they cut hair? I'm really checking the tip because that's where they do most of the cutting. I'm going to even check on a little bit of fur. I say those pass. I'll give them to somebody else to look at. But I'm going to say those pass. I'll put a little bit of oil on them. We'll call those number 1. And that's all you need to do to those. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Number 2. Now these you might want to overthink because they come with a bevel already on them. And I put some really nice nicks in there. So we've got to reconvex them. Which is what we get a lot of times, is shears that need to be reconvexed. So what I'm going to do before I do the ride line on these is I'm going to try to create a convex edge. So I'm taking them apart. Somebody said one blade was wider than the other. Hey, it is. Interesting. So I'm coloring in the edge. I want to convex these. Let's bring them up to 45, which is going to be your best angle for these. And before I do the ride line, I'm going to reshape these. What do I want to reshape them on? There's a cushion 400. Let's see, that should do it. So I said I've never done these before. So this is how I would do it. Well, I guess it would be how I would do it because this is what I'm doing. I'm landing a little bit higher. Not worrying about staying at the edge too much because I'm reconvexing. A little bit more and I'll have that shape in there. Just a bit more. Pretty convexy. This isn't how I would sharpen all shears because most of the times they don't have a bevel in them. I don't have to put a convex back in here. But when I'm having to reconvex them, this is what I do. Still see a little bit of a bevel shape. One more time. I like the way that looks. Okay, now it's like starting fresh. I'll put my favorite worn 800 on here. I'm going to go to my Waterstone, which I haven't done any special flattening on or anything other than what I would normally do. That first one was to pull any burr off, but I'm actually working the ride line. My pressure is here. Nice looking ride line. Let's get that cleaned off. Got hair and gunk on it. And on my Nagura stone. This is a 2000 grit. You wouldn't have to use a 2000 grit. Man, I got stuff all over it. I can feel it. Just that little bit of hair makes it feel bumpy. Get that red hair off of there. Where did that red hair come from? There it goes again. I must be shedding. Or maybe that's some of Bo's hair from yesterday. Rod line's a little wider at the tip, but it looks good. Okay, now I'm going to go into, like, I'm going to create a burr. And I'm going pretty fast because I don't want this video to last forever. I don't have a burr, so I need to stay a little bit longer at the edge. Got a burr back here, not down there. Got a burr here, not at the tip, so I'm going to tilt it down a little bit more. Got a burr all the way down. Back to my stone. Burr is gone. Burr is gone. Move my clamp up a little bit so I don't roll over my edge. Well, since I want it to look pretty, I might as well add some more polish to it. All the nicks are gone. I could make it shinier, but I think it's shiny enough. Now, I would definitely lose points in the certifications with the other organizations for not having it shinier. And if you want to do some of those certifications, you need to work to get them looking shinier. And also, the shears are going to be damaged a lot more than what I just damaged these. Yeah, it's got scratches on it, but Let's see if it cuts. It is convexy and it cuts. So if it cuts, this would pass the way I do it, the passing. I'd say it could have looked shinier, but I'm checking my adjustment. One cut, I'm actually cutting in case there's any burr left behind. So now I'm checking the adjustment. I'd rather make it a little bit on the tight side. Double check the tip. Feels good. Cut dry. Cut's wet. Cut's hair. Little bit of a push. That's how it cuts the fur. Cuts good. According to me, I would have passed. I'll let someone else look at these.